Hi guys. Right, so I'm just making the coffee. It just needs a minute more. I'm gonna plug my phone in, see if that's gonna work. Get the phone charging. How are we going, Ebru? Hi Anita. Hi Pat. So we are gonna discuss. We're gonna discuss if it allows me to. Let's have a look. Let me just get rid of that one a minute. So we're gonna discuss we are going to get back into defending, and we're going to discuss why. So I'm starting off by I did this post. I started doing this last night, and I sort of, the way I do these Facebook posts, I keep going back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. Eventually, I fine tune them to where I think, yes, it's saying what I want it to say. Yeah, it's not straightforward. We use a bit of help, a lot of research, and I'm playing a balancing act because I'm trying to defend in a way that doesn't get people's back up. I'm trying to defend where I don't say people's names too much. So if I'm referring to certain people, I may call them step brothers or cousin, or I may call them ex-wife or Memphis Mafia. I tend to say it in that way rather than saying names. Yeah. My way of defending is to not say names. Yes. But every now and then I'm going to slip up, aren't I? I'm going to say the word Presley or Priscilla. Every now and then you're going to hear me slip up, but we're just trying to do it in a way that it's not so aimed at one particular family or person or relative or friend or Memphis Mafia member. Let's just try and be a bit more general with it. It's pretty obvious. The books that we're not happy with are Elvis, What Happened, Elvis, Aaron Presley, and the Memphis Mafia. Priscilla's book, Elvis and Me. Then we've got the Michael Edwards book. And so, let's face it, guys, the books that we're not happy with are very well known. Then you've got the documentaries, All the King's Men, E True Hollywood, all that. These are the kinds of things that we as Elvis fans who want to stand up for Lisa Marie are not happy with. Yeah, so I'm just making a coffee, guys. So I think we have the right to discuss them. Yeah, I don't think it's right that we avoid them, these topics, because then I just feel like if we avoid the topics that have upset the Elvis fans and that upset Lisa Marie the most, it's a bit of an injustice to Elvis. What do you think, guys? To me, it doesn't feel right that we avoid the very things that have caused so much bad press, such a negative portrayal of poor Elvis, who basically can't defend himself. So we need to find a way where we can discuss awkward topics without being shouted down and attacked and threats of YouTube strikes. And we need to find a way forward that works for our channel where we're not just seen as a bunch of haters. Yeah. So this is my attempt. So this is my attempt of trying to defend without insulting people. Wish me luck, baby. So look at my coffee machine. So in here, you put powder, I put two and a half spoons of coffee powder, coffee granules, not powder, granules. I put a dash of milk, like a mouthful of milk. Then I put water, and then you press button number 3. Oh yeah, butter as well. You put the butter in here as well. Yeah, it's a really cool machine, guys. Yeah, it just sits on like a kettle does. It sits on a stand, like a stand. Yeah. And then you press number 3, and it blends the water, coffee and milk and butter. It melts it and blends it and whisks it. It has a lid, yeah. So then when that's done, I put that into a cup, as I've done here. Look at my lovely butter coffee. Beautiful, tasty and creamy. Now, people, the first thing people say is, ugh, butter in coffee. But trust me, if you blend it properly, you can use an electric blender. It's creamy. You don't taste the butter. And the point of it for me is it's tasty and it keeps you full up. Yeah, they're on Amazon. They're on Amazon. I don't know. I don't actually know what they're called. You could try Coffee Blender. I don't know. The problem is it doesn't have a name. That's the problem. Oh yeah, so that number one is for frothing. So you have a frothing button, a heating button, and then you also have a heating and frothing button. So I use the heating button to froth the milk up. Okay. So what you do, you pour the coffee into a cup once you've done it on number 3 setting. You pour that out and then you put a little bit of milk that froths the milk, and then you put the milk on top. Yeah. And I'm telling you, it's very tasty. Very tasty. Okay. And it stops you feeling hungry all day. I only have 2 a day. I only have 2 a day. Right. We need to get on with the topic though, guys. So thank you for joining me. And I like instant coffee for me. Real coffee drinkers chastise me. Yeah, but e-brew, the reason I drink that is because it keeps me full, and butter is good for you. Butter is good for you. I know everyone tries to say it's not. Butter is good for you. Yeah. So, right, we need to get on with it, guys. Yes, Pat, get one. Pat, I bought this like a year ago. Yeah, I don't even know where it came from. Yeah. So I never bought it. My wife bought it. The weird thing is it doesn't have a name. So come on, you can find it, Pat. Pat, you must buy one. Okay, let's get on with this topic because I don't have long. Thank you for joining me. Let me get my phone. 1 second, guys. Just gonna grab my phone. Congratulations and jubilation. So my wife. Okay. Okay, right, here goes, guys. Got my phone. So, my wife may be back at any moment. Her mum is down every Tuesday. She's got the kids, so she picks them up from school. This is going to be probably my last video, so I want to try and get it in there. Oh, well done, Pat, yeah? Okay, let's have a look. So I put this together last night and this morning. The title of it is, let's have a look. The title of it is Lisa Marie Presley, Why My Father Was Betrayed for Profit. And I've put some pictures on, yeah? So obviously we know these books. I'm not going to mention where, but I have heard that one of the people in this book is being interviewed soon. Now, I don't hate these people, but I don't think they should be hero worshipped. I don't agree that the last surviving living member of this book should be having his ass kissed in an interview anywhere for money, yeah, at the expense of Elvis's reputation. I don't like the way that Elvis is discussed by this person. I don't like the way that they make excuses for their behavior. This book, I will always see it as a betrayal. I will always see that the 3 people involved in this book betrayed and double-crossed Elvis. I'll never accept the excuses that are said. Never. But I don't hate these people. I don't wish hate on them. Please don't send them hate. Please don't insult them. I'm talking about the living member. There's only one left. Yeah. They've had it. They've had 50 years of it. That's not what we're about. Okay. So obviously, my feelings about this book, Elvis and the Memphis Mafia. 100%, it should never have been done. 100%, it was done for money, and it was a massive mistake. And I would love it if the people that wrote that book showed regret. All right, someone just messaged me. 100%, that book should never have been written. Many of the things in that book, I don't believe. I know that there's some lies in that book. I've proved it. Some of the things in that book are blatant lies. Okay. Friends and family, Memphis Mafia should not have been saying the things they said in that book. Some of the things in that book will absolutely disgust you. Okay. So I'm not here to say names. I'm not here to trash people. Yeah. So that's just how I feel. So this is a quick screenshot of the press conference. They find out that Elvis has died, which is just horrifying. The book came out weeks before Elvis died. Elvis knew about the book and was outraged by the book. Even Ginger Alden has said he was very upset by this book. Yeah. Now they tried to make excuses here. They say they were trying to help him and that it wasn't done for money. That they do admit that they were angry and bitter, and I find this very, very uncomfortable. So my wife just messaged me. Can you put the blue bag by the front door? Okay, but can you put the blue bag by the front door, please, at 3 p.m.? It's behind the mirror. What mirror? My wife's telling me. Okay, 1 second. Okay, let me go and get the blue bag. Ebrew, that coffee is so nice. Well, let me just do what my wife said. So we're defending Elvis channel. We're going to carry on defending. So it is what it is. Right, let me go and get the mirror. Do as I'm told, Okay, we're done. We're done. All right, guys, I'm back. Right, so we're gonna start reading off this post. So guys, I have decided that I'm gonna get back to a bit more defending. We have actually been doing quite a lot of defending this week. But I'm gonna be more cautious with it. I'm gonna try and be more understanding. I just want to get your comment section up, guys. Where are we? Let's get the. Just want to get your comments back up. Where are we? Can't find it. Come on, where are your comments? So let's get you up on here a minute. So how is everyone? Hi Jenna. Hi Anita. Hi Pat. Anita, you're looking for raspberries. Anita, I got your message about raspberries. There's no raspberries around here, I don't think. Here we go. Here I got it, right. So I got your comments on here. Okay, right, let's start reading it. Da, 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 da. Yeah, so we know about the E True Hollywood documentary biography, call it whatever you want. Lisa Marie made it very clear she was very unhappy with the people that were involved in this. She even said, I wish they would rot in hell. She was pretty upset. Yeah. There's a few shorts going around. there's a few interviews of her making it very obvious. Oh, that's all right, Pat. You're having a quick chat with you, right? So I don't know if any of you have watched it, but it's pretty upsetting. Pretty upsetting. I completely understand why this really upset poor Lisa Marie. See, a lot of people forget this, that, you know, they try and tell Louis off for defending and Donna Presley off for defending, and you know that we're troublemakers, and but what they forget is that what did Lisa go through when all of this trash was going out there, and these people were double crossing, backstabbing Elvis, yeah, for money. They were betraying him, trash for cash. This was happening in front of Lisa. This is the problem, yeah. So we, as Elvis defenders, are saying, okay, let's try and defend Elvis on behalf of Lisa. We, the fans, Elvis defenders, you get it? Right, let's keep going. Right, why was my father betrayed for profit? Now, I'm going to stay on topic, guys. So if I see comments that are different than the topic, I'm not going to talk about it. We have to stay on topic because I've only got half an hour. Yeah? Sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but that's how it is, guys. So the script is a commentary and opinion written with love and respect for Elvis Presley and Lisa Marie Presley. It discusses publicly reported books, interviews, and documentaries, but it also includes interpretation, hearsay, and speculation about motives and feelings. Nothing here should be taken as statement of proven fact or any individual private intentions. Now, remember, this is for entertainment purposes only, not a fact. That is my disclaimer. It's just freedom of speech. That's it. That's all it is. So one of the things that Lisa Marie said was they took away his dignity. I've watched this many times. Lisa Marie clearly being interviewed and saying they took away my father's dignity, and his dignity meant everything to him. Yeah. So, you know, I've got me rock. I've got me what do you reckon, guys? Got me jailhouse rock. It's like Superman. I told you. It's like super defending Elvis. That's from Nicola. Thanks, Nicola. So let's keep going, guys. So Lisa Marie Presley, Elvis's legacy and the pain of public betrayal. There is a particular kind of hurt that only a child can feel. Not the pain of strangers talking about your parents, but the pain of people who were close, people who sat at the table, ate at the table, traveled with your father. Obviously, we're talking about Elvis. Benefited from his generosity. Obviously, Elvis towards people like the Memphis Mafia. Yeah. Cousins, stepbrothers. Yeah. Ex-wife as well. Come on, let's face it. Some ex-girlfriends. Yeah. And then later stepping into the spotlight and helping turn his most private struggles into entertainment. But that sentence is very important. Turning his most private struggles into entertainment. Now, we've got to remember, guys, this wasn't just Memphis Mafia and stepbrothers and cousins and ex-wife. Some ex-girlfriends said things I think should have been kept private. I'm not going to name them. But some things said by ex-girlfriends, even in books, I think should have been kept private. May not even be true, may have been exaggerated or twisted. You know, so, you know, we got to think about this, guys. So next, after seeing a TV special that upset her deeply, she said she felt people were trying to take away Elvis's dignity, and she described that dignity as one of the most important things to him. 100%. Come on, Elvis was a very, very proud person. Very proud person. Yeah. Let's have a look. So Lisa Marie spoke about the hurt in a way that wasn't vague and it wasn't casual. And the sentence matters because it tells us something huge. So I want to read that bit again. After seeing a TV special that upset her deeply, she said she felt people were trying to take away Elvis's dignity, and she described that dignity as one of the most important things to him. So that's very crucial, isn't it, guys? this wasn't only about bad press. This was about humiliation. Some of the things that were said in this book, let's face it, guys, were humiliating. This is when Elvis was alive. But then years later, you've got the True Hollywood documentary, the Elvis one, and this book in the 90s, in the mid-90s, saying the most disgusting, shameful things about Elvis. And I believe many of them were not true. That's just how I feel. Okay, guys? Let's have a look. So let me just get it right. So here we go. And what matters about this sentence? This wasn't only about bad press. This was about humiliation, about watching the world reduce her father, one of the most iconic human beings who ever lived, down to the ugliest angles, and then watching some of it from people who he had once trusted. Isn't this what keeps coming up, guys? Elvis trusted these people, loved these people, spent years with these people, really helped these people, gave these people large amounts of money, homes, cars, paid for their bills, paid for their medical expenses, fed them for years, gave them a celebrity life, gave them a dream life that you could only dream of, yeah? Traveled with these people, holidayed with these people, yeah? And the thanks Elvis gets is, come on, guys, let's get real. The thanks Elvis gets for being so kind and generous, we get this. Yeah, we also get All the King's Men. We get the True Hollywood. You know, that just isn't right, is it, guys? It can't be, can it? So let's keep going, guys. So what we're trying to do is try and understand it. Try and understand it. Why did these people do this? Were they offered life-altering money? Were these people offered money that you just can't say no to? Were they angry, bitter, vengeful, jealous, envious? Was there hidden resentment? You get it? Was it because Elvis wasn't around anymore, so he couldn't stop them? So did Elvis dying give them a green light to trash him? Because they knew there were no comebacks. They knew he couldn't defend himself. Think about it, guys. We try and understand it. Were these people desperate for money? Did these people need the money to pay bills, to feed their families? Yeah, there's so much more to it, isn't there, guys? You know, and this is what we're trying to understand. The big question that we're trying to ask is why? Why? Why did this happen? Why is Louis sat in front of his laptop in 2025 discussing things that should never have happened? Yeah? By the people that loved Elvis, that were closest to him, that grew up around him, that lived near him, with him, traveled with him, worked with him, were related to him, were married to him, were his ex-girlfriend, worked for him as bodyguards. This is what we're trying to understand. I do agree that money was, you know, the trash for cash thing is a big thing, but we have to understand why. You know, like Sarge just said, it's all about money. Hi, Sarge. Now, if I offered you £1 million to say something, would you do it? You know, money is a strong temptation. You got to remember, these people were much younger. Yeah, they were in their late 20s, early 30s, just starting out in life. They'd lost their jobs. Yeah, they'd had it very easy for decades because Elvis gave them a very easy life. Suddenly Elvis is gone. They need money quick. They have families to feed. We have to take that into account. Were these people desperate? Were they being offered money you could not say no to? You know, we have to try and understand it. Yeah, Pat, there we are, Pat. We're trying to understand why. Because they loved him. I don't care what anyone says. They loved him. The Memphis Mafia loved Elvis. The stepbrothers loved Elvis. The cousins loved Elvis. I'm sure at sometimes Priscilla loved Elvis. Sometimes. Yeah, maybe, you know, not so sure about that. But the ex-girlfriends, you know, come on, there were ex-girlfriends that have said things about Elvis that didn't need to be said. Yeah. They loved him. Yeah. You get it? So people that loved Elvis have double-crossed him, but betrayed him, betrayed his trust, broke a pledge. Get it? Do you understand what I'm saying? We're trying to go, why? This is what we're trying to do. So let's keep going. So I won't allow the fact that people keep saying Elvis doesn't need defending and that we're a bunch of troublemakers stop us from doing what we are here to do. Our channel is called Defending Elvis. My members, my followers, my team Elvis, we are Elvis defenders, and we come together 7 days a week to defend Elvis. That's what we do. And then we are also an Elvis channel, so we cover other topics. But I'm not letting these people that try and make excuses and say that Elvis doesn't need defending to win over. I'm not going to do it. I've made my mind up. It's not going to happen. Elvis does need defending. We can't just all run around singing Elvis songs and watching his movies and cuddling statues of Elvis, and that makes us Elvis defenders. No. To defend Elvis properly, you discuss the awkward topics. You discuss the things that no one wants to talk about. Running around Graceland, having your picture taken next to Elvis statues, visiting Elvis's grave, visiting Tupelo, doesn't mean that you're an Elvis defender. To defend Elvis, you bring up the awkward topics, the topics that people don't like to discuss, and you challenge them. And the reason you challenge them is because Elvis can't do it. Lisa Marie can't do it. Elvis and Lisa Marie cannot stand up for themselves anymore. Elvis and Lisa Marie are not with us. So we do it as fans. So when we're told, oh, you know, that's not defending because you're being negative and you're discussing things that are from 40, 50 years ago that should be forgotten, let's bury our head in the sand and act like it never happened. By bringing it up, you're just a troublemaker. I'm sorry, it's not good enough. You know, you're just spewing up hate. No. Elvis deserves better than that. Elvis deserves better than fans that are only interested in listening to his music and cuddling statues of Elvis. Elvis deserves much more than that. He deserves that these people are challenged and questioned, and that if there are lies being told, if there have been lies told in the past, if the truth has been exaggerated, if private details have been repeated that should have been kept private, Elvis deserves, so does Lisa, and I think Lisa would want us to these topics to be brought up and discussed in the defense of Elvis and Lisa on behalf of the Presley. Do you get it? Don't forget, Donna Presley very proudly wants to defend herself, her family, her cousin Elvis, the Presleys. She wants to do it. She's one of them. She was there. She lived the life. This isn't just Louis the fan in the kitchen. Okay? So you understand what I'm saying, guys? Yeah, so Larry has just said it. They couldn't monetarily exist unless they destroyed Elvis's image. There we are. Good put, Larry. That is a very good point. Welcome, Larry. By trashing Elvis, it gave them money. It gave them money. So is that a new name? Is it Tony? Is that a new name? Hi, Tony. Is that a new name or not? Sorry, guys. I've just seen a new name. Welcome, Tony. Are you new? So I've only just caught the messages. So anyway, Tony, welcome to Team Elvis. Okay. So yeah, so Pat is saying, was it done out of revenge? There's a possibility, isn't there, guys? There's a possibility of bad feeling, of resentment, of jealousy, of envy. We can't ignore it. Let's keep going, guys. So when Lisa Marie said dignity, she wasn't talking about image management or PR. She was talking about something more personal. The right to have some part of your life remain private. I keep saying this. Too many of Elvis's private life details have been shared for money in books, magazines, tabloids, in movies, documentaries, biographies, you name it. Private means private. Elvis had promises. Certain people made promises to Elvis, even pledges to Elvis. They let him down. They shared private details. And the excuse is truth is truth. He was human. He made mistakes. You get it? My attitude is, whether it's true or not, it's embarrassing for him. It's humiliating for him. Degrading for him. Many of these things were done in front of his daughter, Lisa Marie, while she was alive for over 40 years. For over 40 years, Lisa Marie had to put up with her father, Elvis Presley, being trashed by the very people that were close to him. That isn't right. Can we at least do that as Elvis fans? Can we at least acknowledge that for the people that were closest to Elvis to trash him for money in books, biographies, tabloids, documentaries, etc., magazines, news clips, news articles, interviews, is just wrong. Not fair. Elvis would have hated it. Elvis would have hated it. So then it says, the right to have part of his life remain private. Many of the things that these people said should have been kept private. The right to privacy. Elvis had the right to privacy. So let's keep going. In the end, it was turned into a public spectacle. That happened, guys. It's still happening now in 2025. Elvis's life has been turned upside down and turned into a public spectacle. Many of the things are not even true. Many of the things have been made up or have been exaggerated or have been twisted. It's not fair. And Elvis has never been able to defend himself. Never. Elvis has never been able to get up and go, that isn't true. That never happened. You're lying. You're exaggerating. Why are you saying that? You told me that you'd keep it private. It was our private secret. You get it? So let's keep going. I want to get through this before my wife comes home. So then we've got the right not to have your weakest moments served up as content. In it. I repeat, the right not to have your weakest moments served up as content. Yeah, so is it Tony Marshall? That was what happened. Could have been Sonny. Could have been Sonny wasn't a fan of Dunleavy's original writing. Yeah, but do you know what? We've covered this topic a few times. Tony, yeah, I've got the book. I have read a lot of this book. Okay, I've done some reviews on this book as well. Yeah, I won't accept that they blame Steve Dunleavy and the publishers, because yes, Steve Dunleavy went off and printed things that he shouldn't have done. He focused on the negatives. Yeah, because I know that in this book is not full of negatives. There's a lot of good stuff in this book. Yeah, and we may review some of the chapters of this book. Yeah, but they shouldn't have done it in the first place. I understand the publishers wanted to sensationalize everything to sell more books, to get more press, more PR. Yeah. And maybe the publishers let down Reb West, Sonny West, and Dave Hebler. But it doesn't matter, because they shouldn't have done it in the first place. When they were given 30 days in a hotel to sit there and talk about Elvis, in the book, write the book. I think they were given 30 grand each and a percentage of royalties. Yeah. They just should have said no. When they were offered the opportunity to write this book, they should have said no, because they were friends. Elvis was so good to these people. Obviously, Red and Sonny are dead. I've always thought that Red and Sonny regretted that, doing that book. But Dave Hebler, let's face it, guys, if you go and watch his interviews, there's no regret. And I know that he's getting interviewed soon, isn't he? Yeah. He's being paid money for an interview. Yeah. It just doesn't seem right. I think that Dave Hebler should be apologising. I think he should be apologising, saying, look, I shouldn't have done it. I regret doing it. It was a mistake. I was much younger. I was offered large amounts of money, life-altering money to do it. Get it? I don't want anyone to have... I don't want no hate on Dave Hebler. Dave Hebler has had 50 years of hate. My point is, couldn't he say sorry? Couldn't he just go, shouldn't have done that. Bit of a mistake. I was being a bit greedy. I let Elvis down. Elvis was really good to me. Yeah? I'm so glad that I met Elvis. I was lucky to have even known Elvis. Elvis was actually very kind to me. You get it? I know about Elvis giving Dave Hebler an extremely valuable ring on an aeroplane. But more than that, yeah? Dave Hebler every now and then still makes money from the fact that he knew Elvis. In fact, all of the people that betrayed and trashed Elvis, I would say all of the people that betrayed and trashed Elvis have been making money off him for over 40 years. Obviously, many have passed now. Many have passed, haven't they? Yeah? Many have died. Yeah? But come on, guys. Elvis deserves better. Elvis deserves better. You know, when people say truth is truth, you know, Elvis was a human being. He was a real person. He made mistakes. Yeah, I know. But that doesn't mean you trash him for money. I wouldn't trash my family. I wouldn't trash my brother or my cousin or my uncle for any amount of money. This is the mistake. These people were family. They were friends, ex-wife, ex-girlfriend, Memphis Mafia, close employees, grew up with Elvis. Elvis spent a fortune on these people. Elvis gave these people a beautiful life, a dream life. And his thanks is boom. Get it? His thanks is boom. His thanks is boom. You see my point? It isn't right. It isn't right. So let's keep going, guys. And in her mind, certain projects cross the line. Yeah, so Lisa Marie, we're talking on behalf of Lisa Marie, aren't we? In her mind, certain projects cross the line, especially the ones built around insiders giving shocking accounts. So close people to Elvis, relatives, step-brothers, cousins, ex-wife, you got it? Sharing private details. So it's the way it's worded here is built around insiders. So people that were inside Elvis's circle sharing private details. She found it shocking. She even described being emotionally shaken for days after watching one of these programs. Yes, and that is the E! True Hollywood. Well, I think it was 1996, I think, yeah? She was shaken. Shaken. So then it goes on. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. The tell-all era. So there was a period of time where everybody was cashing in. Everyone was cashing in, weren't they, guys? Yeah. So you've got so there were books, interviews, documentaries that helped build a narrative of Elvis that focused on decline. Sometimes with claims that they were impossible to verify, sometimes told in a way that felt lurid and cruel. Many of the things said about Elvis are lurid and cruel and degrading. And as Lisa Marie said, Elvis's dignity meant everything to him and it had been taken away from him. How can these people say these things and keep a straight face? And then say they love him, miss him, want to be buried next to him, he's the love of their life. You get it, guys? I honestly believe that many of the things that have happened in the last 40 odd years to Elvis by people that were closest to him were cruel, were actually cruel. Yeah. So one of the most controversial examples of the 1977 book, Elvis, What Happened, is the 1977 book, Elvis, What Happened. Yeah, obviously I've shown you. Oh, guys, we are going to review this book one chapter at a time. We will, okay? We're going to review it, not read it, review it. Yeah? So one of the most controversial examples is the book Elvis, What Happened. The former members of the Elvis Inner Circle released in the months just before Elvis died. Obviously, we all know weeks before he died, it was released. I do think unexpectedly Elvis passed away. I do think Red West, Sunny West, Dave Hebler were not expecting Elvis to die. You can see in the press conference, they're in shock. Go and watch the press conference on YouTube. They are in shock. They was not expecting Elvis to die. Yeah. So the timing for them was terrible, but probably for book sales, probably was a good thing, wasn't it? Probably boosted book sales. Yeah. But this book seriously damaged Elvis's image and reputation. He did not deserve it. Because even if you believe some of the claims were true, the methods and the motives, it still matters. Why did they do it? Now, before I move on to why did they do it, I want to say that we bring up the prescription medication, we bring up the drug taking. You know, obviously Elvis was slightly overweight. Elvis was sick. Elvis was sick. I don't care what anyone says. In the last 2 years of Elvis's life, he was very unwell and he needed strong painkillers, strong medication. He had very serious chronic health problems and could not sleep. He could not sleep and was overworked. Yeah? So bear that in mind. When they call him a druggie, an addict, bear in mind he was a sick man that turned to his doctor for help for prescription medication. Yes, he may have abused them. Yes, they may have had strong side effects. Yes, some of them may have been addictive. But come on, guys. If you're in pain and discomfort and overworked and you can't sleep, you turn to your doctor for help. What else can you do? If I was in pain and couldn't sleep, I would turn to my doctor for help. You don't have a choice, do you? And if you're in a lot of pain, you'll take a few more pills. So if my doctor said to me, take 2 pills, and I'm in serious pain, I'm going to take 3. If I have a problem with health problems and the pills I'm given are not working, instead of taking 2, I'm going to take 4. So we have to understand why Elvis was overtaking sometimes his prescription medication. If Elvis could not sleep and he took 2 tablets to sleep and he couldn't sleep, he hadn't slept for days, he's going to take 4. Do you get it? We have to understand Elvis. Okay, guys? Right. So I want to be careful here what we say, but I'm not here to attack individuals. I'm here to understand a human pattern that keeps happening in the celebrity history, especially with someone as famous as Elvis. So, guys, I'm trying my best to not name people. Okay, every now and then I say a name, but I'm trying to not name people. Everything I say is for entertainment purposes, not a fact. This is an opinion sharing discussion YouTube channel. This is my disclaimer. I'm not talking about any individual person. Okay, this is a general discussion with Team Elvis and Elvis fans around the world. Okay. Right, sorry, a dog keeps coming in and out. So here we go. Why did these people do it? Why did these people succumb to the possible pressures of temptation? Because let's face it, guys, this is all about temptation. Yeah, being offered massive amounts of money. So money changes everything. Money is the root of all evil, let's face it. Yeah. So when publishers and TV producers calling the numbers, can be life-changing. So that the amount of money that was being offered to these people to trash and betray Elvis was life-changing. This is massive amounts of money. This makes you understand why these people that loved Elvis betrayed him. Get it? So the kind of money that can make people justify things they would never justify in ordinary life. The types of money being offered to these people. Friends, family, ex-brother, cousin, stepbrother, cousin, ex-wife, even ex-girlfriend. Yeah? This is life-changing money. This isn't normal. The average, like, I wouldn't be getting offered life-changing money, large amounts of money to trash my brother or my cousin or my uncle or my father. Do you get it? So this is, the temptation is strong here. Greed. Yeah? So then you've got, were these people bitter? Did they have grievances? It's possible, isn't it? Isn't it possible that these people that betrayed Elvis were bitter, had serious grievances? Do we know what went on behind the scenes? Yeah? Were they jealous? Were they angry? Was there revenge? Did they want to be Elvis? Did they, they saw the type of love and adoration he got from the fans. You get it? Jealousy. It's a tough thing, guys. Some insiders were fired. So obviously we know that certain people lost their jobs. Some people were like pushed outside of the circle and felt that they had been replaced. That will create resentment. So then we got, especially if someone believes. Sorry, someone's just pulled up, guys. Especially, let me just have a look. Especially if someone believes that they give their life to the job and will discard it. So I've heard this before, guys, from the Memphis Mafia. They have dedicated their life to Elvis and they were discarded. Now, I heard that the people that Elvis fired, obviously through Vernon, I've heard that Elvis was going to give them their job back. At least I heard Red and Sonny West were going to get their jobs back. Yeah? Within months. I heard that. I don't know if it's fact. Yet the public experience, it is a betrayal, and many fans saw it as exploitation. So the public, I don't think the Memphis Mafia, I don't think Red West, Sonny West and Dave Hebler were expecting it. Yeah? There was public outrage, even worse when Elvis died. When Elvis died, weeks after this book was released, the public went mad. The public went mad. And these people got hate for 50 years. For 50 years. And I think Dave Hebler still gets it now. Yeah. But I will say this. I don't think people should be putting money in his pocket to discuss Elvis, no matter where they are. Yeah. I don't think Dave Hebler should be getting hate now because it's so long ago. Yeah. 50 years ago, more or less. Yeah. So do I think these people should be getting hate when they're in their 80s? No, of course not. I don't. I think Elvis would forgive these people. So honestly, I really believe Elvis would forgive Dave Hebler, Red West, Sonny West. I really do. He probably would forgive the stepbrothers and the cousins as well. So no, I don't think these people should get hate. So please don't. Please don't. Okay, guys? But I do think what they did was wrong. Yes, what they did was wrong, but we must find a way to forgive, to be understanding, and to not be cruel. So let's not hate on these people, guys. Yeah? I definitely don't hate any of these people. Okay? I try to be understanding, which is difficult, but I try. So then they went on to say that they were trying to help. Of course, we don't believe they were trying to help. I will never accept that. I've always thought this was done for money. Yeah? When they say, oh, yes, Elvis had a drug problem, we were trying to help him. I'm sorry, I ain't falling for it. That's just my opinion for entertainment purposes. One of the most painful complications is that some insiders claim the intent was to shock Elvis into change. Nah, sorry, I'm not falling for that one. Yet the public experienced it as a betrayal, and many fans saw it as exploitation. It was a betrayal, and it was exploitation. I don't care what anyone says. So, these are things that we have to discuss, guys. So, but even if someone believed they were helping, it doesn't erase how it landed, especially for Elvis's daughter. In other words, Lisa Marie hated it. Lisa Marie hated it and was very angry and upset and said, I hope they rot in hell. Right. I'm still live in a minute. Right. So come on, we know how upset Lisa Marie was. So we got envy, ego, the need to matter. So was there ego? Was there envy? Right. I've only got about. Is that wrong? I've only got 2 minutes left. Be quiet, please. The boys are here. Do you want to come on my video? Okay, guys, my sons are here, but I've only got a bit left. I'll quickly read it. Can you quieten her, please? So this is speculation. It is real. This is speculation, but it is human nature. Give her a stroke. When one person becomes done, people around them can start craving their own spotlight. Sometimes the quickest path to relevance is I was there, and the quickest way to sell is controversy. This is the other problem. That this is the excuse given by these people. I lived the life. I was there. Were you? Get it? I knew him. Did you? This is the excuse to trash Elvis. If a fan is upset about how Elvis was trashed in the last 40 odd years, these people that trashed Elvis, these people that were very close to him, grew up around him, then go, oh, did you know him? Did you sit across from him? Did you look him in the eyes? Did you talk to him? Did you live in Graceland? Do you get it? They give the excuse that living with him or working with him or being with him or meeting him, knowing him makes it okay. It doesn't. To the people that trashed Elvis, that lived the life, that were there, that is exactly why you should not have done it. I repeat, to the people that trashed Elvis, double-crossed him, said things that should never have been repeated, private things, true or not, living there, being there is exactly why you should not have done it. Because Elvis was so good to you. Elvis was so good to you in the lives that you got, dream lives that anyone on the planet would have dreamed to have had, were handed to you on a plate, and you betray him by double-crossing him and backstabbing him. Yeah? So no, living the life is not an excuse. Is not an excuse. It's exactly the reason why you should not have done it. Okay? That's my feelings, guys. So next, so how did this affect Lisa Marie? Imagine growing up knowing your father is loved around the world and then realizing that the world is also a marketplace. So her father became a commodity to trash for money. Private stories became a way of making money, became products. Elvis's pain became headline news to make money. This is what upset Lisa Marie. People who once benefited from Elvis's generosity became commentators of his lowest points. So these people that were closest to Elvis, yeah, their narrative was to discuss his low points. Elvis's low points, true or not, became money. Elvis's low points became a way of making money, a way of sustaining their livelihoods. And these people supposedly loved Elvis. Elvis loved them. Elvis trusted them. It was a two-way thing. See? So, Lisa Marie's reactions showing us that this wasn't theatrical for her. So for her, there was a stage being played out of these people trying to make money from her father, from Elvis, her father, who she adored and loved. It angered her. She said, I hope they rot in hell. Many times Lisa said she was upset with these people. They took away his dignity. Luckily, the fans stood up for Elvis. The fans were outraged with what these people had done. But unfortunately, many of the fans also believed it. Elvis's image and reputation was seriously damaged by these people. Yeah. And there are, even now today, there are thousands of fans that believe all the negative lies that were said about Elvis, that repeat all of the private details that have been said about Elvis for many years. for many years. It's just so wrong. And Elvis, through all this, Elvis has never been able to defend himself because he wasn't here. And then eventually Lisa Marie dies. But up until Lisa Marie died, she tried to defend her father. She never forgave these people. They were cut off from Graceland. I repeat, Lisa Marie cut these people off from Graceland. Yeah? So Lisa Marie was living something else. There was emotional aftermath. So the emotional aftermath of Lisa Marie was embarrassment, fury. Obviously, she's grieving because she's lost her father. She felt they had no right. Many times, Lisa said, they had no right to trash her father for money, trash for cash. How dare they? That's how Lisa Marie felt. She was clearly upset and angry. I think she even wrote songs about it, didn't she, guys? Now, I'm not trying to whitewash Elvis and say that Elvis never made mistakes. I'm not. He may have had problems with many things. He was a human being, yeah? But he didn't deserve it. He didn't deserve the way these people treated him. Didn't deserve it. Elvis deserved much better. Yes, he was human. Yes, he made mistakes. We're not trying to whitewash him and turn him into a godlike angel. We understand he made mistakes. But at the same time, he deserved better from his own friends, family, stepbrothers, cousins, ex-wife, ex-girlfriends, Memphis Mafia, you name it. Where was the loyalty? How many of these people showed true loyalty? Almost none of them. Almost none of them. Elvis would be horrified by just how deep the betrayal went. And it's carried on for decades. In front of his daughter, I repeat, in front of his daughter. Yes, Elvis had struggles like we do, like all humans. But come on, guys, he deserves so much better. He was so good to these people, so kind and generous to these people. He would even buy them homes and cars and pay their bills, pay their medical expenses, look after their families. Come on. They should have known better. They should have known better. Yeah? So I just want to read out my disclaimer. So everything in this script is intended for commentary and opinion only, and any references to interviews, widely reported publications by any discussions or personal motives, money, bitterness, envy, resentment, is speculation and is presented only as possible explanations, not given facts. My goal is to express empathy for Lisa Marie Presley and respect for Elvis Presley, not to harass or defame anyone. I'm not trying to attack these people. I'm trying to understand what happened. I'm trying to say, why did it happen? I'm also saying why I think it shouldn't have happened. I'm also giving Team Elvis the opportunity to say what you feel. As Elvis fans, how do you feel about all these things that happened? So, you know, the backlash we get, guys, the backlash we get is, oh, you're just a troublemaker. Why do you have to bring these things up? You know, let's just forget about it. Let's bury our head in the sand like it never happened. Let's just concentrate on positivity, on listening to the music, the movies, all the good that Elvis did, all the charitable stuff that Elvis did, how Elvis changed the world, helped the world, transformed music around the world. Yeah. Now, that's fine. That's great. We can bring up all the positive stuff. Of course. It's very important. And Elvis, the legend, Elvis, the legacy, doesn't need defending. But the human being, the father of Lisa Marie, the man, the dad, he does need defending. He does need defending. So no, I won't bury my head in the sand and just choose to just listen to the music and wrap it all up in cotton wool. I won't do it. We must try as well as we can to show the world that Elvis was very different than this negative, twisted, fake image that has gone around the world, that that people see Elvis as an addict, as a fat man, as a cruel man, as a serial adulterer, a womanizer, a controller, a groomer, an abusive man. All of that is bullshit. It's bullshit. Just because Elvis liked women doesn't make him a bad person. Just because Elvis had a problem with prescription medication doesn't make him a bad person. Elvis was a very good person. He had a beautiful upbringing in Tupelo, a Christian man, very loyal to his parents, to his friends, to his family. Elvis was a very decent man. Elvis spent his life giving. He was born to give. Elvis didn't want to keep money for himself. He wanted to share. He wanted to help the world, change the world. He was a very good man, gave an incredible amount of money to charity, would help complete strangers, gave so much to Tupelo, to Memphis, even buying people houses. Even his cook got a house. There is so much more to Elvis than bullshit like this, trash like this. There is so much more to Elvis than trash like this. There is so much more to Elvis than fake news like this. You get it? These documentaries, biographies, and tabloids have been so unfair to Elvis. There is so much more to him as a human being. There is no excuse for what happened. So I always come back. I always come back to the same stuff, guys. I always come back to the same thing. And that is Elvis deserved better. Elvis deserved better. Now we have to try and find it in our hearts to forgive, to try and be understanding, trying to be respectful, but I will not act like it never happened. I will not act like it never happened. This is what many Elvis fans and Elvis YouTube channels, this is what many Elvis fans, Elvis YouTube channels want us to do. They want us to act like it never happened. Say nothing. Say nothing. Anyway, guys, I've got a couple of minutes. So what was that? Have you done a review on Alana Nash's book? Which book do you mean, Anita? What book are you talking about? Whew, I'm tired after that. That was quite tiring. Don't forget my Elvis t-shirt. So, guys, I'm not angry at these people. There's no bitterness or anything like that. I'm not going to be muted. I'm not going to be told I can't talk about it. I'm going to talk about it. Okay? So, is there anything anyone would like to say before I go? Yeah? So, a very serious live stream. I think I said it without saying many names. I tried to not say any names. It's not easy, is it? Okay, guys, if no one's going to say anything. Hi, Sarge. So if anyone would like to ask a question before I go. I'm tired after that. I've got to go shopping. I've got to buy spaghetti, chili con carne for the kids. All right, guys, I think that's it then. I know that was a very long video. Pat, do you think Dave regretted that book? No, I don't. No, I don't. Pat, no, I don't. I do think Sonny and Red did, but Dave, no. Bye, Elizabeth. You take care. Oh yeah, Anita. Yeah, I'm gonna do. I've done chapter 1. One day I'll do chapter 2. I have no time. Too many topics, not enough time. I don't think the people that have trashed Elvis should get money to discuss Elvis. I don't believe that. So no, I don't think Dave should be getting given money to do interviews or shows. No, I don't. I think it's wrong. These people should be showing regret and apologizing. Okay, guys, gotta go. Now, remember, everything I say is for entertainment purposes, just an opinion sharing discussion YouTube channel. Nothing I've said is fact. We are just an entertainment show on YouTube where we discuss topics. So I'll probably be back tomorrow morning, guys, with a new topic. We're not going to be doing this every day, but I do think this needed to be said. Yeah, I wanted to cover this topic. It was very important to me. Take care, guys. Love you all. Elvis deserves better. Elvis deserves